Every object in the universe moves. Although some may move more than others, they can't move however they want. There are laws, and if you don't follow them, you get up to 5 years in a federal prison and a fine of $250,000. Well, not exactly, but a man named Isaac Newton can help us to understand them. So, Newton proposed 3 laws of motion. The first law states that an object will remain in uniform motion unless acted on by an external force. The second law basically says that heavier objects need more force, and they will accelerate in the direction of the net force. And the third law states that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So let's start from the top. If you go to a place with no air resistance, or resistance of any kind for that matter, such as the highly accessible land of space, you can really see this law in action. Once you get to space, you can simply throw a ball and it will keep on going. It will go until a force acts upon it, such as gravity. The reason this can't work on Earth is that there is air everywhere, and it will act against the object in motion. That's why it's better to design aerodynamic vehicles. They take less fuel to accelerate due to the decreased air resistance. Now, onto the second law. If you have a heavy object, you will need more force to accelerate it than if you have a light object. Have you ever tried pushing your house? It probably didn't work out too well, but if you tried pushing your dog, it would probably work out a bit better. We can't forget that an object will accelerate in the direction of the net force. You can see this when you play tug of war. Whichever side has the highest net force will win, because they will pull the team over the other side. Finally, his third law. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. If you ever had the opportunity to look at a rocket, you can see that the fuel coming out of the bottom is accelerating the rocket upwards. This means that the reaction force of the fuel is enough to lift the rocket up and push it out of our atmosphere. A rocket with more fuel being shot out will accelerate faster than a rocket with a tiny engine shooting out a small amount of fuel. These laws are the basics of motion. There are some others, but for 99% of everyday life, these can describe it all. First law can relate to ice skating, the second law can be seen when you try to push your couch, and the third law can be seen when you drive your car.